And welcome back. It's another, I think it's Sunday. I think it's this early morning Sunday show. I've really lost track, man. Wow. Hell, it's Memorial Day. It's summer. I miss spring. I mean, I really, truly miss spring. I got some great records. Got some great records. Got a little kind of like goth death metal. Yeah, that's coming from me. I have surfing music. I have Tex Mex. I don't know. There's some cool stuff, but just finished up Hell Week, I'm told, with the job. And Thursday, 2 people quit. One of them was the one that was my best employees going back home to Florida. I decided I didn't like Colorado. Yeah, and yeah, it's people really get pissed when their pool's not open. I mean, really pissed. Well, I wasn't too. I mean, I have property managers calling. There's a chain on my fence. I says, well, we open officially Saturday. Yeah. Well, they usually do it Friday. My phone is just blowing up, text blowing up. I at the email, blah, 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 blah. Pure exhaustion. It's been a couple weeks and 14-hour days. It's your own business. It's my son's business. I'm there with him. So, yeah, that's how it goes. And, yeah, we're I couldn't even almost get out of bed the other day. I haven't had a day off, I said, for over 2 weeks. So, but we're making it through. I'm told this is the worst. That's what they say. It can't be. If there's worse, I don't know. I mean, how can it be? How can it be worse? I don't know. I got some more new people starting today. Of course, they're not trained, but oh well. We're talking records here, man. No sign of cat. So yeah, I'm pretty sure cat's in Iowa by now. Walking home. That's the only thing I can figure out. And yeah. First record. Let's just talk. Yeah, I'm exhausted. I'm tired. Whatever. Let's talk some death. All right. Yeah. It feels so appropriate. Type O Negative and Bloody Kisses. Man, I bought this CD when it came out. I think it came out like in what was it? 1993, I believe, is when this one came out. And yeah, man, talk about making a splash. This is the Record Store Day version that came out in 2018. And look at this. Yeah, how about that? So Type O Negative. Oh, we're gonna show you the vinyl too. You want to see the vinyl? I bet you do. And the vinyl looks like, yeah, there we go. This group, Type O Negative, formed in 1989 and broke up in 2010. When they started, they called themselves Repulsion. And then they went to Sub-Zero. Repulsion probably was better for them. But they wound up with Type O Negative. And it's basically a gothic doom metal band. Mr. Finglish, over in Finland, my dear friend Mr. Finglish. It's doom metal. Are you happy? Are you happy, buddy? So, the themes that they like to write about romance and depression and death. Not the thing when you're exhausted you really need, but man, I like this CD, some of it. They had a nickname, the Drab Four. Their lead singer was Peter Steele, and he kind of formed the band, and he actually died of heart failure in 2010. But when Peter Steele decided to form this band, he got 4 of his childhood friends together, and they formed the band. So yeah, I mean, they're all buds. Bloody Kisses, this album, is their second album, and this went gold. And it went gold because it was, because it had a couple pretty good hits. Black Number One, Little Miss Scarall was a big one, and then Seals and Crofts' Summer Breeze. Well, this is filled with Sabbath-type dirges. I mean, it's like taking Black Sabbath and making it sound scarier and more ominous, and that's what it's at. And Steele, he has this baritone voice. What is his name? It just kind of, it's pretty creepy sounding, really. But at least you can understand what he's saying. There's like I said, Black Number One, Little Miss Scarall. I mean, it's just filled, really, it's filled with these just changing tempos and moods and going on. It goes on for like 9 minutes. It became a radio hit. Probably FM stations were, but they had to really edit it back down. But it kind of bounces all over the place. But it's really neat. And then you got Summer Breeze. Seals and Crofts, the feel-good summer breeze makes me feel fine. The summer breeze makes me feel fine. I'm giving you a sample of that one. So for all of you that really like Seals and Crofts, you've never heard anything quite like this. It's like Seals and Crofts on cough syrup, and then just, I'm a vampire, man. Wow. So, I mean, this album, they added atmospheric synthesizers to it, and it really it gives it more. And there's just like heartbreak and loneliness, and this Peter Steele, he sings with a vampiric croon. So yeah, I'm a vampire, baby. So it's just and they really follow the goth checklist. So with the songs are about sex and death, Christianity, vampires, and then more sex and more death. Yeah, it's a pick-me-upper, man. It really is. Like I said, it's a 2018 RSAD release. Again, I had the CD, and I've always liked this, and I've looked to try to buy one of these, and it's always been expensive. This game, Radio Wasteland, had it, and I gave him a call because he puts out his video. He goes, "Is that still there?" He goes, "Yeah, no one's bought it yet." I says, "I'll take it," and so this is, I'm super excited to get it. Thing is, I don't like every song on this album. Some of this album gets very slow, and some of it just almost like speed metal. I mean. But, the songs I really, really like. Luckily, it's on album 1, so that's good. So, yeah, typo negative. I have Doom Goth. Wow, add that one to the genre. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Now some VCLT, and I got this from the Vinyl Record Mission. Steve, formerly known as Vinyl Chef Steve, which, I hope you'd still do some cooking channels, some cooking things, Steve. I always like that. I mean, he would show, I watch cooking shows, I never figured out much of it, but yeah, a nice letter. Steve he said, he knew about the flood. He'd wanted to send me records, but just never knew how to get a hold of me. Got a hold of my buddy Mark, and he sent those to me. So he also gave me, you'll just see. But so Steve, this was great. I really appreciate it. And check out his channel, The Vinyl Record Mission. He bought a storage shed. 50,000 some albums, and he's going through all these boxes. I mean, it looks like pure hell to me, but he's enjoying himself and finding these treasures, and him and a friend, and then they're selling them off, or he's keeping some. But he sent me some albums, and first we have John and the Nightriders, and this is called Surf Beat 80. You know, yes, that's something after, what's it called? It's Surf Beat 80, one of those tough names. John and the Nightriders formed in 79 and broke up in 01 off of Fox. And American instrumental surf music. I know you may not have guessed that, but yeah, believe it or not, that's what this is. Don, you old goat, you would love this album. The guy that put they're out of Southern California. The guy that put this album together, John Blair, he had published a book. It was called The Illustrated Discography of Surf Music from 59 to 65. And it got him so interested in the surf music that he wanted to do it, but have an updated modern sound. So he did this. Now, it sounds just like the other stuff, but I guess it's updated and modern. Of course, this came out in 1980. Now, think about that. That's 44 years ago. So, no more is it updated and modern sound. But it sounds great. It's fun. Surf Beat was their debut album. And get this, the bass player, this is 1980, the bass player on this is none other than Nikki Sixx from Motley Crue. Nikki Sixx played surf music. He played bass on this. So there's a fun fact. Motley Crue fans, if you're a real fan, then you want to get this because it has Nikki Sixx on there. Again, their debut, they recorded this in just 3 days. So it went really fast. It's just great classic surf rock music. There's nothing, I really couldn't feel a lot of new stuff in there. Just think Dick Dale, think The Ventures, and they do a great job with it. Sounds wonderful. So there we have it. John and the Nightriders, Surf Beat 80. Wow. Steve sent me this. Buckwheat Zydeco. You can't go wrong with Zydeco on a night like this. And this is off the, what is our label here? We have Island label. So I used to have this. This was in my old collection, and I had not gotten this one back in. And I am a lover of Zydeco music, as people know. I think it's gorgeous music, fun music. So this was great to get back into the collection. This had its tit, Matifili. It's French. You can't do it. Don't worry about it. But there are also Zonky, Honky Tonk, Space Zydeco. I'm getting a little crazy there. Night Like This. Just great music. Stanley Duval Jr. He's Buckwheat Zydeco, born in 47, broke up in 2016. He tried to modernize Zydeco a little bit more. This has more horns than a traditional Zydeco band would have, but you still have your accordion, you have your washboard going on. Great beat. It makes you want to get up. It makes you want to dance. That's what Zydeco is all about. Very regional type music, but they really spread. San Francisco had a big Zydeco scene because so many of these from southern Louisiana went there because they knew other people were there. So yeah, this is great because I have it back in, and I'm a big fan of Buckwheat Zydeco. Clifton Chenier, still king. Rockin' Doopsie, God bless him. He's my number 2. Buckwheat's number 3. Then Steve sent me this, Sir Douglas Quintet, the best of. And I appreciate this. I really like this one. When I was last year down in North Carolina, not Harvest Records at that time, and I bought a Sir Douglas Quintet because I do like that group. I'd lost all their albums. And it was like a greatest hits. It was from the 60s. And it did not have on there Medicino, which is my favorite song by them. It's like, oh, crap, man. Oh, man. But this one does, off Tacoma. So I'm now perfectly happy. And it's really what I need. I like the group, but I don't need anything else from them. Sir Douglas Quintet started in 64, broke up in 73. It's just Tex Mex, country rock, garage rock, all that would go in for their type of music. Doug Sam, he's the singer, and he started singing on the radio at age 5. Isn't that something? Age 5. So he knew what he was going into when he was doing this. In 64, he formed the group. They called it I think they originally called it the Quintet, I believe. But then it became Doug Sam, Sir Douglas Quintet. But he formed it with his really good friend Augie Myers. And Augie Myers really stuck with him, playing the accordion and everything. This on here, of course, is Medicino, but also had their #1 hit, She's About a Mover. And I'll drop you a sample of that one. And She's About a Mover came out in 65. Texas was so excited about this song. I'm from Texas, that they wanted to make that Texas Monthly said, this is the #1 song about Texas there is, and it should be our state song. So you can listen to, I'll give you a sample of what should be the Texas state song. There we go. So yeah, this is just great. Kind of a blues band type of a feel sometimes. Tex-Mex, Cajuns, all part of it. In the mid-60s, they did move to San Francisco, get a little wilder. Let's face it, mid-60s, San Francisco's the place to go. But yeah, Sir Douglas Quintet, best of. Fantastic. Steve gave me. He watched one of my videos. I was beating on him. He sent me a Barry Manilow picture disc. And my wife's quite happy. I have one Barry Manilow album for my wife. Has she ever listened to it? No. Has she ever come in to ask for it? No. She goes, well, I don't know how to work your turntable. I go, it doesn't matter. You aren't going to play it anyway. But so Steve gave me this. And here's a little something. In my teen years, I had the 45. I write the songs. I like that one. And I was a fan of Copacabana. We used to have to play that in band. And Jump Shock Boogie, that one got old really quick. I don't know, like Time in New England, I got kind of whatever. But yeah. This is actually, there's 2 albums in here, and I haven't even taken it out to see. Yeah, it's a 2. Well, wait, so hold on here, folks. Let's just see what we got going on here, okay? It is a 2-album set, so it's sealed. Oh, it's a sealed copy. How about that? Well, all right, you saw me. I'm ripping the shrink, man. Steve, did I just kill the value of this? All right, Barry Manilow's greatest hits. Whoa, look at that. All right, very nice, very nice. Barry's, his face is on the front, and yeah, both albums are the same. His face on the front, his necklace on the back, and that doesn't go in very well. And so even now, we got Mandy, yeah, New York City Rhythm, It looks like we made it. Yeah, okay. It definitely is Barry Manilow, but I write the songs, so thanks, Steve. You're a funny guy. My wife really thinks she thinks that's great. She'll never listen to it, but she thinks that's great. Okay, let's move on. There's that Acid Diaries, and Chris Keebler has been doing a lot of them. He has some really different things. And he talked about this band, Heather Black. And Heather Black's from Waco, Texas. We're back in Texas again. And they did 2 albums in 1970. They did both in 1970. One was, I think their second one, they self-produced. It is off Double Bayou label. Isn't that a cool kind of label? Double Bayou. There is almost no information about this group. Almost nothing. I should have just checked my fuzz thing. I probably would have had more information. Chris did a really nice talk about it. And Chris Kibler, Kibler, check out his channel. He shows some very interesting things. He got a really different collection. But the music is psych rock, pop rock, I think kind of folk psych is in there, I would call it. It's so he played the sample. I'm going, wow, I really like this song. I think that's great. So I went out, and you can find this very inexpensive. I found Discogs like for $5, and you know it's in pretty darn good shape. So I get it. I put on side 1, and I go, that's not what I heard. What's going on? I put up Chris's video. Hell, he's showing this album. I go, what? Did I get the wrong record on here? This is really kind of folk psych. It kind of, I'm not into it. And so I'm going, what the hey, Chris? And then I put on side 2, and the song came on. And side 2 was more rocky psych type stuff. It was just cooler. It was faster paced. The song was Let It Slide. I'm going to play you a sample of that one. And I love that. That is such a good song. And Dream Little Woman came on. I like side 2. I like side 2 a lot. Side 1, I may never listen to again. I might just to see why, just for the heck of it. But, I listened to it a few times and I go, well, I'm done with that. But side 2, oh yeah, I like it. So, yeah, they put out this was their only album by their label. And again, I think they put out another one by themselves, and then they disappeared. So there they are, Heather Black, the group that you may never have heard of. Final one, another group or another artist you may have heard of. His name's Mozart. Cool dude. Talk about a party guy. Talk about a guy that likes sex. Talk about a guy that got around. Talk about a guy that's kind of a little nuts, but a genius, absolute genius. Only lived to 35 years old, 56 to 91, and then he passed away. This has Symphony number 25. Side 1 is Symphony number 25. Side 2 is 27 and 26. They're a lot shorter. Side 1 takes up the whole thing. And it's called, basically, it's his Symphony in G minor. And he wrote it in 1973 at age 17. Age 17. And this was his 25th symphony, age 17. Thing is, get this. He wrote 2 days earlier, he had just written Symphony number 24. And then he pounds out another one. And it isn't like you got a tape machine. You got to sit there, you got to write all this crap out in that, you got to show it. And I don't know, he must have had a bunch written out, took scraps from different things, put it together. All I can tell you, it is an incredibly good symphony. It is a beautiful symphony. And when you think about it, did in a couple days, it's absolutely blows your mind. But the courts wanted we want some new music to dance to or do whatever to. And so Yeah, well, I'll go write you another song. Here we go. Symphony number 25. It's very melodic. There's joy to the music, but yet drama's in there too. Suddenly the strings get a little harder and darker, but then it just picks up again. The sample you hear, you're going to go, I know this song. If you know any kind of thing about classical, you probably know about Symphony number 25. It's so good. Now, at the time when he wrote this, he was in Salzburg, and he didn't like Salzburg. He wasn't paid well. It was kind of a lower court. You know, he wanted to get to Vienna. He also wanted to write opera. Salzburg, they weren't into the guy, whoever, the prince, the duke of Salzburg. I don't know, whatever they were there. He just wasn't digging opera. It was kind of like, maybe that was to him like doom metal or something. He just, I don't really want opera, so don't write me any, damn it. I'm paying you. He didn't get paid a lot, but I'm paying you, so I'm not paying you to write me an opera. Give me a symphony. So that's he eventually left there and did get to Vienna so he could write that. I mean, he just had he was always had money problems, At 17, his dad was taking him around. They were performing concerts and stuff like that. He was on the concert circuit. Yes, there was a concert circuit even then. But yeah, from St. Martin's of the Field, really beautiful. G minor. Again, if you're a Mozart, classical is so beautiful. I love classical music, and it's very interesting stuff. And I'm trying to show a little bit more of it because I actually have quite a bit. And of course, it's dirt cheap. It's the one thing you can find. You can find classical dirt cheap, Harry Conniff dirt cheap, 101 strings dirt cheap. At least classical has something exciting, new, beautiful in it, worth exploring. And Mozart's Symphony in G minor, number 25, well worth it. So that's what we got for the week. I don't know. I didn't have a midweek because I just didn't have time. I have it in the can, but I didn't have time to do it. I come home, I fall asleep. Seriously, I come home, I sleep for 2 hours in this chair. I wake up, I go tell my wife I'm going to bed now. It has been exhausting, and supposedly my son said, we got to get you a day off. And he's tried, and I've kind of refused because, you know what? We have to do this job. And it's the business, and I'm doing it, worked long enough in my life. I know what's important. It's Christmas. But it is pure exhaustion. I want to finish on my room. I didn't get my closet done, but yeah. Oh, well, that's the way life is. Hey, I took this on, get paid well, so what the hey. Thank you, everyone, for dropping by. I do appreciate it. I am going to try to have a midweek this week. I got a couple other things. I'd like to do a third video. I don't know. We just have to see. It's 4 in the morning. I go to work here in a half hour, and we'll see what kind of hell happens today. It will be hell. Oh, well. Hey, everyone. Have a great day, and thanks for dropping by. Bye.